Hi everyone, and welcome back to a new part on the How to Make a Pet Simulator X game series. In this video, we're going to be fixing a bug that I found, and also I'm going to be showing you how to secure your mode events so that you can prevent exploiters from hacking in your game. Also, if you guys want to support me and want to have access to all of my project files, including the one you're watching right now, the map will be included, the asset pack will be included, and the scripts will be included. They will all be available on my Patreon in the $10 tier. The link will be in the description and in the pinned comment. With that being said, let's start. Alright, so if you guys haven't noticed, willozzy, the builder of this map, follow him on Twitter at willozzy1, created a brand new map. And I think it looks better than the old one, but if you guys still like the old one better and you are a Patreon member, I will make sure to include in each part a file for the old map and a file with the new map. Personally, I like this one better, so let's start. So what I'm going to do in this tutorial, in this part, is fix a bug, some bugs, and also make the scripts better and prevent exploiters from hacking our game. So we're gonna be secure. We're gonna be making the remotes safer. So what I'm going to do is firstly fix a bug. So I'm going to go to server modules, send pet, and what I'm going to do is whenever we send a pet, what we're gonna do is check if player values sent to value is not equal to nil. Then what we're gonna do is stop damaging the current drop that we're damaging. So remotes stop damaging drop fire client, and that's going to take the player and the drop that the player is currently damaging. So player.values.send to.value, and that should work. So if you go ahead and play the game now, there won't be any more of those bugs because I found a bug lately, and let's see if it's still there. So I'm going to attack this, and it does drop the coins. And let's see if I can switch between them fast. Just kind of like this. And okay, so it does work, and it does not break everything anymore, so that's good. But also what we're gonna do is add a little cooldown. So what I'm going to do is right here I'm going to have local cooldowns, or local debounces, or local send-in debounces is equal to an empty table. And what I'm going to do is whenever we send, okay, so whenever we want to send a pet, so let's see, so do we have something here? All right, let's see. So whenever we want to send a pet, what I'm going to do is check if not, okay, so if we do this, then we're gonna check if not, send in debounces player, then send in debounces player is equal to true. And then we're gonna copy all of this, Control X by the way, to cut, and we're gonna paste it inside of here. And what we're doing here is basically, so we have a table of our debounces, and if we don't find the player in here, by the way, this is how it's going to look like. For example, POLARISPROG, so POLARISPROG is equal to true. So if we don't find let me just fix this real quick. It will look like this actually. So if we don't find this right here, then what we're gonna do is create it. So this POLARISPROG is equal to true. And the reason why we are doing it this way is so that we don't have like a cooldown for all of the players. So this is a specific cooldown for each player so that there are no bugs. So what we're doing here, send in debounces player is equal to true, and after that we're gonna wait a couple of seconds, or just wait just 1 second, and we're gonna do send in debounces player is equal to false, or maybe is equal to nil, but I'm going to do is equal to false. And then what we're gonna do is players, do we have that? Okay, we don't. So game.players.player removing player removing connect function, and that's going to take the player as an argument. What we're gonna do is check if send in debounces player, then send in debounces player is equal to nil. So we're gonna remove them from the table. So why are we doing this, you might ask? Well, it's very simple. So let's say 100 players joined our server. So 10 joined, another 10 joined, and some people left and the people rejoined. We don't want to still keep the players that left in this table. So what we're doing is whenever we leave the game, we basically just remove them from the table if they are there. So that should work now. And what I'm going to do now is just try this out. So I'm going to play the game and see if this is going to work. So I'm going to choose a start pet. I'm going to choose this one, and I'm going to try to click this and click this again. And as you can see, I cannot immediately click the other one. And also what I'm going to be doing is making these safer. So making the coin drops and everything safer. So the first thing we're going to do is secure, enter our main server script and secure this given pet function. Now in here, the reason why I haven't done this in the past tutorial is because we still don't have like the inventory. Now don't worry about this, we'll do this in the next couple of tutorials when we reach the inventory part. And what I'm going to do right here is check, before we equip the pet, we have to check if check if the player owns the pet. Now we're gonna do this in a coming up tutorial. So not now, so for now it's going to have to stay like this, but don't worry, we'll get to this. Now what I'm going to do right here is secure the remote for giving the coins, because look what hackers can do. Not normal players, but hackers. So if I just go ahead and join the game, and I'm just going to write a quick script. So I'm just going to type in while do or while task.wait do. And what I'm going to do is, by the way, don't do this. This is just to show you. This is just a showcase. So while true do game.replicated storage dot remotes dot give coins clone fire server and end. Look what's gonna happen. I can basically get an infinite amount of coins, and well, that's not good. So what I'm going to do is fix this. Now the way we are going to fix this is quite simple. We're gonna use GYDs. So right here in the main server script, we're gonna do local http service is equal to game.get service http service. And I'm going to go to home, game settings, security, and I'm going to allow HTTP requests. That is very important, so make sure to do that. Now what I'm going to do is just go to my client script. And okay, let me see this. So we're doing that. Okay, simple enough. I'm going to enter my health system. Let me just see what I'm doing. Okay, so I think I got it. So what I'm going to do is enter my despawn script, and what I'm going to do is get rid of this. So currency dropper.drop currency, we're gonna get rid of this, and we're gonna go back to our health system script, and I'm just going to do this whenever we despawn the drop. So but we don't have a reference to the currency dropper, so I'm going to go back to my despawn script module, and I'm going to just copy currency dropper, the reference to this, just cut it. So Control X, go back here, and we're gonna put it in here. So whenever we call this, okay. So drop.primaryPart.c frame and 8. All right. Next thing I'm going to do is enter my send pet module. So server script service server modules send pet. Scroll all the way down. Just get this. So just copy this. Remotes.stop damaging drop server. Control X or right click cut. And I'm going to enter my main server script, and I'm going to paste it somewhere here. So maybe right here. And as you can see, I'm going to do replicated storage.remotes. And I'm going to change this to so we don't have a reference to this, and I'm going to also change this to replicated storage.remotes. Stop damage and drop. and we don't have this. So I'm going to go back to my send pet script and scroll all the way up, and we have local pets is equal to workspace.pets. So copy that, go back here, paste it right here. So workspace.pets, and that should work. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to have a list of GYDs. So let's just do that. Okay. So let me think about why I'm doing this in the first place. So we are doing that for that. Okay. Okay. Going to do this. Local GYDs is equal to an empty table. And I'm going to go back here. Okay, so we have HTTP service. And I'm going to do for I is equal to from 1 to 8. So 8 is the amount of jobs that you want to drop, by the way. And right here, what I'm going to do is table.local GYD is equal to HTTP service called generate GYD or something. GYD, okay, generate GYD, and put in false. Now a GYD is basically an ID that will never repeat itself again. So basically a randomly generated code, or a password if you might. Okay, so basically a randomly generated code. I'll show you how that looks really quick. I'm just going to insert a script into workspace. I'm going to do print. Okay, local HTTP service is equal to game colon get service HTTP service, and local GYD is equal to HTTP service colon generate GYD false, and just print GYD. I'll show you what that does. I'm just going to run this, and okay, why is this taking forever? So as you can see, just printed a randomly generated code. And that code will never repeat itself again, I think. I'm not sure. Alright, so we're going to get rid of that script. And I'm going to go back to my main server script. And what I'm going to do is table.insert GYDs, comma GYD. Alright, so next, what we're going to do is, okay, go back here. And up here, we're going to create a table. So local coin drops is equal to an empty table. And I'm going to go down here, and what we're going to do is table.insert, and we're going to do coin drops player, comma, and okay, player with a capital P, uppercase P, and okay, so player, comma GYDs. All right. Next, what I'm going to do. Okay, let's see. So am I doing this correctly? Okay, I think there is a better way of doing this. For I, comma V in pairs GYDs do, and I'm just going to copy this, paste it in here, and I'm going to do V, and that should work. Okay, good. And now when we fire this stop damage and drop, we're gonna send the drop, and we are also going to be sending. Okay, so I think, okay, let me go back to my send pet server. I got kind of confused. I'm going to go back to my health system. So we are doing that as okay. So here's the way I'm going to do this. I'm going to convert this to a remote function. So I'm going to go here, add the remote function, and name it stop damage and drop server. So where is it? This, and I'm going to get rid of the stop damage and drop server remote event. Okay, so I'm going to change this to the on server invoke. And we're going to set that to a function. So it's equal to function player, comma drop. Now we're gonna get rid of the parenthesis down here, and then what I'm going to do is return GYDs, and that's going to return the table of the GYDs. And I'm going to go back to my health system, and I'm going to do local result or local GYDs is equal to. By the way, I'll explain what I'm doing in a second, but just okay. So colon fire, okay, change it to colon invoke server. I'm sorry if I'm doing this kind of fast. It's just that I'm a bit confused right now. Okay, so we are getting the GUIDs. Good. Okay. So instead of calling this, we're gonna call 8, and we are also going to call the GUIDs. So we're also going to send the GUIDs. Okay, good. Now I'm going to go back to my main server script and make sure that we are sending that. So, okay, so we have a list of GUIDs. And how many do we have? 8. Okay. So GUIDs. And now go back to your currency dropper now. So enter your currency dropper. And I'm just going to get... Where is it? Okay. Amount and GUIDs. And now what I'm going to do is local GUID or local code is equal to instance.new and string value. And code.value is equal to GUID I. So square brackets I, by the way, I will explain this. And code.parent is equal to, and we'll parent it to the cloned drop. And I'm also going to do code.name is equal to code. Okay, so that should work now. Let me just reload the script. Where's reload? Where's reload? Never mind. Okay, reload script. Okay, it works now. Now what I'm going to do is whenever we... Okay, where is it? Just enter back your current currency dropper. And scroll down here. And whenever you will fire this, what we will do is give coins, and we are going to send coin dot GUID or okay, so dot code dot value. And we're gonna go back to my main server script. I'm sorry if this is getting a bit confusing, but what we're gonna do is check if coin drops player. Actually, that's not gonna work. Okay, so if table.find coin drops, by the way, comma and GUID or code. Okay, GUID. Coin drops player square brackets player, and if table.find that. Okay, I'm just going to okay. So we have that. Okay, so if table.find coin drops player comma GUID, then we're gonna do this. And after that, we'll table.remove coin drops player and coin drops player and the GUID, and copy this, paste it in here. So now I do think this is going to work, but before we test this out, we're gonna do players.player added conconnect function, and what we're gonna do is if not coin drops player player right here, sorry. So if not coin drops player, then coin drops player is equal to okay, so coin what? Oh, okay. So coin drops table.insert coin drops comma player. Okay, so that should now hopefully work. Or actually, that's not gonna work. Oh, when I do coin drops player is equal to a table, and that should work now. Alright, so let's play the game and see if this is going to still work. I have a feeling this is not gonna work first try, but let's hope that it will. So I'm gonna do this, send this, and nothing works. Alright. Oh, it dropped a ton of coins. Okay, that's weird. That is very weird. Alright, I'll see how to fix this. Okay, so the reason was that I kind of forgot to... I removed the debounce for some reason, because I was fixing some bugs before. So I'm going to put it back. You don't have to do this because you might already have the debounce. And what you're going to do in here is check if not debounce then. And then you're going to copy all of this. And debounce is equal to true, and that's.wait when debounce is equal to false. Alright, so now when we do this, we're gonna debounce is equal to false. And we're gonna see if this is gonna work. Now this should not do what it used to do. So let's do that again. Let's play this, send the pet. And now it doesn't even damage it. Okay, that is weird. I'll be back when I fix it. Okay, so the fix for that was to set the debounce default value to false. And that should work now, I think. So I'm going to select my pet, just like this, and click a random drop. And as you can see now, it does damage it, and there is a little delay. But it does, okay, it does drop the coins though. So let's see. I'm going to go back here and see what's causing that little delay. Oh, I think I know why. Just copy this and paste it in here instead. And that should fix it. Okay, choose the start path. Choose this again. Go back here. And as you can see, 8 coins dropped. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And each one of those coins has its own code. So I'm just going to go to currency drops, and as you can see, each one of them has a code unique to it, and if you collect it, the server is going to check if you actually are eligible to collect that. Okay, now it's time to explain what I just did. So what we're doing is we created a remote function, and that remote function is going to return a list of codes. So we fired that remote function. Let's go back to the server. And when we fire it, what we're doing is creating a table for the list of those codes. And we're starting from 1 to 8. 8 is the amount of drops that we're going to drop. Those currency drops. And we're going to generate a GYD. I showed what that is. And we're going to insert that GYD to this list of GYDs, and after that we are looping through that list of GYDs and inserting it to coin drops player comma v. So what is that? Well, coin drops is a table that we've just created in here, and that coin drops basically has players in it. So basically POLARISPROG, and in that table we are inserting the list of the codes. So maybe that code is going to be that, the next code, etc. So I'm going to scroll down here, and so we are basically inserting the code there to the player, and after that we are returning the list of the codes. And when we go back here to the health system, we are dropping the currency drops, and we are sending the list of GYDs. So I'm going to go back to my currency dropper, and as you can see, each time we drop one, we have, so this is the table of the GYDs that we've got from the server, and we'll pretty much create a code string value, and we'll basically set its value to so if we are spawning the first drop, I is going to be 1, so GYD is 1, which is the first GYD. If it's the second one, I is going to be 2, so GYDs and 2. So this is basically the index. And after that, whenever we collect it, we send the coins code value. So I'm going to go back to my, where is it? Okay, main server, and to my collecting coin remote. So when we give the coins, what we're doing is checking if we find that GYD, that code, inside of here that we've created from the server, so this is safe. So if we do find it, then we're gonna give the player 10 coins. Then we'll remove that code from that table. So I really hope this quick explanation makes sense, but what this does is makes it hard to exploit, and exploiters can no longer just spam coins. So if I just do game.replicatedStorage.give coins, that's not gonna work. Alright, so I think this is going to be it for today's tutorial. If this helped, make sure to subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!